Hey y'all, this video will be about greed. I kind of talked about that last night, but watch out for being greedy. You probably already have everything that you need. In the Bible, Paul says, I have learned to be content no matter the situation, whether well-fed or hungry. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. He says, I have learned to be content no matter what the circumstances are. And we should all aspire to be just like that. The more content you are, the more happy you are. I'm playing Christmas songs. Christmas songs. Don't we love our Christmas songs? Even if they are super early. It's funny. This is the 12 Days of Christmas, which is about your lover or your mate buying you an excessive amount of Christmas presents. That's what's wrong with Christmas. It's like everybody gets greedy, They're like, what's that other person gonna buy me? Are all my friends and family gonna buy me something? Like, well, what if they don't? Yeah, are you gonna throw a little temper tantrum? Have a little hissy fit? I actually have a birthday in 10 days. I think I have gotten greedy on various birthdays that I had because, you have expectations. That's what I realized a long time ago. If you don't expect anything from anyone, you'll never be angry. Isn't that nice? That literally is the entire source and cause of anger, is when you expect something from someone. And if they don't do what you're expecting, then you get angry, And especially, if they promised that they would do that. Which I had this revelation the other day. I was like, well, me and my ex, we were really just boyfriend and girlfriend, but we decided to have a kid. But we actually never said to each other that we were exclusive. We never said to each other, I will not be with anybody else. We never said that. So why did I have the expectation that he would only be physical with me? Because I never said to him, you have to only be physical with me. Anyways, if you guys are in a relationship, make sure that you have that, lay the ground rules out, what you're expecting, what you want. Hopefully they'll say, okay. It's probably even better if you put it in writing. Here are the rules of our relationship. Do you accept? Which is obviously why people get married. But even people who get married, they don't do that, but you should. Somebody, the more demanding person, should write out, here's the 10 rules for our relationship. Here's things I want you to do. Maybe one is I want you to stay clean and sober. Another one is I want you to only be physical with me, nobody else. Don't be intimate with anybody else in any way, shape, or form. I think those are 2 rules that everybody should have for anybody that they choose to hang out with. Call their boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife. Those should be the 2 basic requirements for every relationship. Both people should be required to stay as sober as possible. And they should be faithful to each other. But speaking of greed, is that being greedy? I don't know. It's tricky. Relationships are tricky because you don't want to have too high of expectations, but you don't want them to be too low either, Because if your expectations are too low, the other person won't respect you and you won't respect yourself. But if the expectations are too high, your mate might say, that's impossible, I can't do that much stuff. And then they won't want to be with you. Or you'll say, you're not willing to do everything that I want, and then you're probably just destined to be single forever. Which might be my future, I don't know. We'll see if I can find a guy who can agree to that. I wonder if any guy can agree to that. To be faithful only to me and to stay clean and sober. That is so hard now. Especially, because of porn. I mean, that's kind of cheating. And then dating apps, Anybody can find anyone at any time. And they'll get them too, because there's so many lonely people out there. So many horny people out there. Yeah, I just heard this in a talk yesterday with Pastor Mark Driscoll. You gotta know the passwords. First of all, okay, if you're with someone, you're living with someone, you call them your boyfriend or girlfriend, husband or wife, You shouldn't have a lock on your phone. It should be like open and available to them 24/7. There should be no lock on the phone, nothing where you have to put in a password, because then it looks suspicious, you know, and your mate's like, what are you hiding? Why can't I look at your phone? You don't want me to see your search history? You're looking at porn? You got girls texting you? You're on some dating apps? Yeah, and if you're with someone, you're welcome to do this. My ex-husband did this to me. He would pick up my phone while I was sleeping. But there was nothing to find there. But then just in case, because, you know, he could have made a mountain out of a molehill, I was like deleting all my texts, you know, but then he probably got even more suspicious. But I was like, I don't even want you reading my text to my friend and my brother and whatever, you know. It's just like, my goodness. Yeah, which if on most phones, if you swipe left or something, you can delete all the texts until you get a new text from that person, then all the texts come up. But anyways, I swear with him, he was just looking for a reason for us to divorce, you know. So he was like hoping that I was cheating, so that he would have a reason to divorce me. And then with my ex, I don't know, I guess he finally told me he was cheating because he wanted to break up with me. Why else would you tell someone that, you know? Whatever. Every relationship has an expiration date. It's not usually until death do us part. Everybody leaves at some point. I remember I had a phrase with my ex. I said, everybody leaves on good terms. Everybody leaves on bad terms, because if they were on good terms, they would never part. You know how people say, well, we parted on good terms. No. Nobody ever parts on good terms. If you're on good terms, you stay together. There was this video I was just listening to by this old guy, and he is like a relationship expert. I think he was a pastor or something, but he gives really good advice. But I just posted one of his videos on my Twitter. You guys should all watch it. This guy with a beard. He probably lives in like Tennessee or something. But he makes videos just like me. And yeah, if you need advice for life, especially if you'd rather listen to a man than me, I recommend you go watch all of his videos. He looks really cool. I mean, I think he should trim his beard, but it's okay. But I was like, oh my gosh, somebody else like me, just like making videos about random things, just trying to give people advice. Probably because, yeah, I'm sure he messed up in various ways in his marriage, and he wishes he wouldn't have, so he wants, like everyone else, to not do the mistakes that he did. Which is why I used to say that's why I wanted to teach, because I wanted to prevent kids from making the same mistakes that I did. What mistakes were those? I don't know. That I kind of started smoking when I was 12. Because I wanted to be cool, you know, that I shoplifted a few times, that I probably had boyfriends too young. I mean, all we did was made out, but, I mean, you know, it was still, like, intense making out. I'm lucky I didn't end up being a teen pregnancy case, you know. But anyways, to all those young people, don't date, don't smoke, don't shoplift. Get a job, earn a paycheck so you can buy whatever you want. Yeah. Anyways, back to the original topic. Don't be greedy. Be content with what you have. If you have some food in your house, be content. If you have clothes, be content. If you got a mate, be content. I'm sure they're not perfect, but nobody is. Yeah, but on the other hand, remember that you really should have some expectations for each other. And yourself. Everybody should have certain expectations for themselves. That they'll be a moral, law-abiding citizen. That they'll treat people well. Yeah, that if you have a husband or a wife or a boyfriend or girlfriend, that you're faithful to them. And you don't get physical with anybody else. Because, I mean, if you cheat, that causes depression, that causes anxiety. You know, I think my ex had depression, like hardcore, and now I know why, because he was cheating on me probably the whole time. And then my ex-husband had severe anxiety, because I mean, he was cheating on me with porn, which is a way of cheating. I don't know, it's possible that he actually cheated on me in person, but probably not, because he didn't really we moved away from his hometown, so he had like no friends or family except for me, so he probably didn't cheat on me. And he had his coworkers, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure he stayed faithful to me. That's why we stayed married for 7 years, except for the porn. Which, yeah, watch out for that. That's gonna mess up your relationship eventually, you know? Even if it's not right now, it will eventually. Because, I mean, it's basically cheating. Like, if you like the person you're with, why are you looking at porn? You know? Makes sense, right? Anyways.